Hi guys, welcome to Clockwork and Noodles. It's that time of the season where I do my midway review with you guys. It took a while to get this one done. I've made a few decisions with this list and I will explain them when I get there. Before we get going, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hi and welcome, I'm Becca. I break down anime that airs seasonally with you guys. I generally pick a handful of titles, then break them down, give you my thoughts and just interesting things that I noticed as they air. And this has been a very interesting season. A lot's come out compared to our dry spell. We had a very dry summer and fall has been falling with a lot of really good titles. There is also a Discord channel too that will allow you to have notifications straight to your phone whenever videos are released on the channel, helping you keep track of what also comes out so you also know when these animes air. That's especially helpful with things like Blue Period, which has been on and off, releasing 5 days, 2 days, 5 days. That one's been a pain in the butt. I think the next episode for that is a day away. Before we get going as well, I guess I give my overall thoughts on this season as a whole. I think this season started with an insane bang. We were so thirsty after the dry, boring summer that we got. Summer was really, really boring, and you can check out my overall thoughts on summer if you check out that breakdown. I think I'll link it somewhere below. And I think when all these amazing anime titles suddenly hit and we all wanted new stories, new tales, new exciting adventures to get onto, it may have appeared even bigger and more cooler than it initially may have been. First episodes blew me away. I was so hyped. And then the veneer, the crystal, the shimmer, the glitter started to blow off into the wind. And we were left with okay titles. To be fair, the season as a whole is still amazing and better than anything that summer gave us. But some titles which I thought would definitely be in my top 3 aren't even there. I guess I could talk about a few of them as we go along, give you a few of my thoughts. I think we can start with the opens, go to the EDs, and then go to my top 3 anime of the halfway period of the season. In honorable position, and this is going to be an anime I need to talk about anyway, it's Demon Slayer, Lisa with Akiboshi. With Demon Slayer, I have kept Demon Slayer purposefully out of the top 3. It will be on the OP's maybe ED list, but it won't be appearing in my overall top 3 simply because Demon Slayer is just a rehash of the movie, and the movie is amazing. I enjoyed it, I loved it, I cried. There's some funny pieces. I lost it when I saw Inosuke knocking on the window of the train. That just got me. I don't know why that got me, and just him giggling like a mad lunatic. That was hilarious to me. But I have kept it off the anime rankings just because it is just a rehash of the movie. Yes, we've added quite a few scenes and there's some nice new bits and things look nicer and shinier. Feels unfair me putting a rehash on the list as opposed to some new independent titles. It's not going to be on the top 3, but it no doubt takes an honourable mention on my OP list because it's nice, it's Lisa, they kept the same artist. It's great. I love the OP. I love the animation. I also predict that the second season, when it does air, season 2 of Demon Slayer airs straight after the Mugen Train anime finishes, which is quite nice. So we are able to catch up on everything that happened in the movie and then go slap bang into the season itself. Very excited because I love Demon Slayer. I love the music, mainly the music. Every single track is just a masterpiece. And there's some really good remixes out there where you can just slap them on for about an hour. And that's good when you're sewing like me and you're just sat there sewing for like an hour or two, chilling out with the amazing soundtrack that is Demon Slayer. So Demon Slayer is in 4th position. In 3rd position, I have op.destiny's OP, and this is Tact. This is Ryo from Supercell, and he is paired with Mafu Gaku. I like this OP. Why do I like this OP? The music sets you up nicely. I think it grows. We get a lot of action-packed visuals. It's very exciting. It sets you right up for your story as a whole. Tact op.destiny is definitely worth your checking out. It is, of course, the baby of Mappa and Madhouse, which is 2 giants coming head-to-head, giving you the masterpiece that is Tact op.destiny. The OP gives you a nice little hint of all the beautiful animation style that is coming your way. I love the styling on Tact op.destiny, and I think that is picked up very nicely in the OP itself, and I have found myself with just bars of it playing in my head randomly. So it's a bit of an earworm, it gets to you, but it is a great OP nonetheless, and I definitely recommend, if you haven't checked it out already, checking out Tact op.destiny. We've just had episode 5. At the time of recording this, it might be, by the time this goes up, it might be episode 6. Very good anime, liking it. I think maybe the weakest point could be story for me right now, but everything else is a masterpiece and no doubt worth checking out if you have a bit of time to spare. In second place, I know this one theoretically has taken everybody else's top ones. I think there was something a little bit better with me. This is 86. This is Amazarashi by Kyo Kaizen. 86 this season, blowing me away. This is also coming off the back of me seeing episode 5. Episode 5, oh my goodness. Season 2, 86. The OP is in second place for me. It's symbolic. There's a lot of hidden details, a lot of secret things hidden in there. And it's only just taken me to now to realize that there's a confrontation that is foreshadowed that isn't just the main characters. It is also the one I think is leading into episode 6, which is going to be Kiri and Shin. That is actually in the OP, and I didn't even realize it. One of my favorite screenshots I've been even talking about in those breakdowns is the soldiers carrying their heads with the flowers on top, because it's symbology. It's all about innocence, and it's all about the innocent lives that are lost during war. Fantastic anime, but it is quite heavy. So approach that one when you're in a good mood and you are definitely in the mood for some good pow pow pow, blah blah blah, you know, shoot shoot shoot, bang bang bang, that kind of thing. Great anime though nonetheless. Episode 5, fantastic. All the money basically went to episode 5 of season 2. It was movie quality, as I said in that breakdown for episode 5. Most of the episode, it came in at about a 9 out of 10 for me. It was movie quality. The animation was slick. The way that the fight in the front lines was being shown. And of course, it came out of nowhere. It didn't feel like we were leading up to the episode. It feels like it suddenly came out of nowhere, which is a fantastic 180 and a good twist for the watcher and the viewer. But with 86 in second place, you must be thinking, what the hell is in first place? Because most other YouTubers have put 86 in number 1. Well, there was another anime that sadly got shafted on my other lists because it aired halfway through the season and I couldn't put it on any of the lists. It is Fena. I am putting Umai to Shinju by Junna on the list. Oh, Fena, what did they do to you? First things first, episode 7, hands down, best episode of the entire anime. Fena is gorgeous, guys. Fena is amazing. The story is beautiful. The song is gorgeous. The visualogy, the way it transitions, the way it blends, really sets up one hell of a vibe and a theme when you're going into the anime itself. The song also feels very nostalgic, and I like the way that we transition between the past and the present. If you haven't seen it, watch it, but bear in mind they really shafted Fena at the end. Up until episode 7, it's a masterpiece, absolute masterpiece. I'm still salty. I don't even think I'm over what they did to it. Netflix knew what they were doing. They lured us in with an amazing 7 episodes, and then they just slammed the ending on us just like that. The ending was a letdown. Just to put it mildly, the ending was such a letdown. But we're not here to talk about negatives. We're here to talk about the gorgeous song that is Umai to Shinju, which is all about the call to the sea. The sea being a very integral part of Fena Pirate Princess. All centered around the sea, with us being pirates going on the ocean to find what is hidden beyond and what the hell Eden was. And that was a kind of a letdown as well. I really hope the manga is actually better than the adaptation and it doesn't end just like it did. Very happily that the OP stayed with me. I was singing it, I was humming it, I was in the shower just trying to do the vocalizations for it. It sticks with you. The song is gorgeous. Even if you don't want to check out the anime, go and at least check out the song on YouTube or something. Google it. It's a very good song. I really like it. I think it's probably top for me. It's definitely a top anime OP of this year. If I have to sum up the entire year, Fena's OP is up there. I love it. I think it looks gorgeous. It transitions. It sets the vibe. It sounds great, and it's a beautiful song. Those are my top OPs for fall 2021. Let's now go to the closers. We're going to rank my top 3 EDs of fall 2021. In third place, we've got a new entry. This is My Senpai is Annoying, which is Niji ga Kakaru Maid no Hanashi, and that is sung by Yui Hori. This is an anime I am really, really enjoying. I'm happy it's good because I was really worried initially that it sounded like there was room for it to just be bland. This is turning out to be quite a nice fill-in for Love is Hard for a Otaku. If you're into that anime, I think you'll be into Senpai is Annoying. I'm loving it. I really appreciate the portrayal of office life as well. You've got the one colleague who is always a bit suspicious, maybe drinking, maybe doing something they probably shouldn't be doing in the office place, and they're a little bit tad weird. I also ship the secondary relationship so bad. I love the secondary relationship. A tale where all the characters are quite charming, they're all quite quaint. We have Christmas in the workplace as well. It's an anime that is slice of life, comedy, and romance at the same time. I'm really enjoying this one. I think the ending itself is quite nice. It wraps up the day, it gets quieter, so it's a nice slow one as well. It feels like the end of a workday, so it's a slow-paced song that wraps up the end of the workday, wraps up the end of the shenanigans that we've just seen on our screen, and it's very nice pacing. It's slow, it's gentle, it's mellow, and we just get some really nice visuals on just our characters getting ready for the evening and just in general chilling out, ready for the day ahead. I think it's a great ED. You may have realised they also skipped the honorary mention on this one just because I found the EDs this time to be very, very difficult. There wasn't really a great deal that I really liked, and I've also noticed there's not many ED videos out there at the moment because I can suspect other people are also struggling to get a list together. I went straight to third place on this. So in third place we have Senpai is Annoying. In second place, we're going to have Demon Slayer with Shirogane by Lisa. Another entry for Demon Slayer, but it won't be appearing on the final list. It's a great chance for me to just get out my Demon Slayer comments with you guys as well. The ED is great. It's fantastic. It's pacing. Again, it's just nicely animated and we get to see some nice cuts of Rengoku as well. Demon Slayer giving me an excuse to cry again. I cried in the movie, man. What more do you want? I now have to witness the sad demise of Rengoku all over again. And ED is just perfect for that. It's slower, there's some really nice blues mixed into the mix because it's nighttime. Both Demon Slayer's OP and Senpai is Annoying OP. Both of them take place at nighttime, and so does the first one actually. So all these EDs make for nice settings of a scene. They end the episode of fun that you've just had, bring you back down to a chilled out level, which I really, really like. And the Demon Slayer ED does that quite nicely. And I'm just a huge fan of the art style with Demon Slayer. So very happy that we've had a chance to at least chill out before the second season with some more Demon Slayer. So I'm not going to see it as a rehash. I'm just going to see it as a chance to enjoy yet more Demon Slayer before going into more goodness. Essentially having nearly 2 seasons of non-stop airing Demon Slayer. That for me is a win. Now talking about art styles, let's go to number 1. What is number 1 of the ED list? The one that everyone's probably sleeping on. Ranking of Kings or Osama ranking. This is Oz by Yama. I love it. I love everything about this anime, and it's so sad that there's people who are just not giving it a chance because of how it looks. I also don't think you could tell the story that they are telling with it being in the crispy new animating style. I don't think it would have the same effect. It's a dark children's story, but it's also got a lot of death in it. A death in episode 2. So for those saying it's just childish children's story, we have a lot of people who get wiped out in episode 2, and from there on it's gotten even more darker, which I like. It's a beautiful ED. It sets the tale once again. It's the end of a day. We focus in on Boji just chilling out with his friend, the Shadow. I think it is a really nice ED. Wraps it up nicely. Again, it's in that really nice style that the rest of the animation is done in. It feels like the end of a story or end of a fairy tale. I really enjoy it. I'm putting Ranking of Kings in first position. Those are my EDs for the full 2021 period. The bit we're all now waiting for, the bit which also took me quite a while to figure out because a lot of things dipped in quality for me. We're going to go on to my halfway ranking of the period, my top 3 so far. This time round we have 2 honourable mentions simply because you will see, okay? The first honourable mention I have is Komi Can't Communicate. I'm putting her in this position because there's only been about 3-4 episodes so far, and I'm not entirely sure how I feel. It visually looks stunning. It is movie quality animation. It looks gorgeous. And as somebody who also struggles to communicate with people in real life, I really don't do very well in person talking to people. I really do sympathize with the main character. It is a fun romp. It looks great. The characters are charming. There is a little bit of having to suspend your disbelief with this one. Some of the jumps to pushing things further, or teachers just apparently hearing Komi say something when she doesn't say anything. A little bit unbelievable at times, but it is a really enjoyable one, and I can't wait to see where this anime goes. Komi is going to take one of my honourable spots. The second honourable spot is going to go to Senpai is Annoying, simply because I don't think anybody's going to be watching this one, and you are missing out on another anime that's in the same vein as Agretsuko. It's also in the same vein as Love is Hard for Otaku. Those people who want a bit more of a adult anime, an adult in a sense where we're talking office, workplace, older characters that we can get behind. I like it. I think it's a nice little break from the school setting. It's great to see older characters that we can relate to if you're an older viewer. I can relate to the workplace drama, the workplace setting, most of the things that I have seen so far, and I think it's a really fun anime. It's definitely made me laugh more than it should have, and I really do associate too with the main character because she still has a love for plushies and childish things. I have a fair few plushies in my room as well. Happy to see someone very similar to me who is in that position. It makes me feel a bit better. We're now going to go to number 3, the main 3 animes themselves. You may be wondering if there's an anime missing from the underrated honorable mention section. Just wait, guys. In 3rd position, let's talk about Tact op.destiny once more. It's just visually stunning. It's a Mappa Madhouse conglomeration. It's beautiful. They also, if you did not know, they flip-flop between studios. So episode 1 was Madhouse, episode 2 was Mappa. Both of those studios are just fantastic at making things smooth. They look great. The characters' styles, the art styles, the fight styles, the guns, the fights, everything is visually stunning. Everything looks really good. The sound is really nice. There's a lot of hidden, subtle nods as well to music in general, especially with the most recent release when we've had Valkyrie as a character introduced, and Valkyrie definitely giving us a nod to Wagner. There's a lot of nice little classical music nods, and there's also been a lot of anime that has tried to take on the music genre as a weapon. I've seen this tale done a few times, and I don't think any of them have really been that successful. Last year, sadly, listeners plummeted into the falls for me. It was just meh, and I don't understand how you can make something like this so boring. But Tact op.destiny is a fun romp in the American setting. It's a setting which is outside of Japan for once, facing D2, these quite fearsome enemies, not really knowing much about them, undergoing this big mystery on what happened, how do we defeat them, and what the hell a music art really is. I can't wait to see where this anime goes, and I really hope that it doesn't dip in quality. Bear in mind we are only at the halfway point. Tact op.destiny may disappear from the list entirely. Something that isn't on the list may end up on my list again. It's always fun to see by the end, by my big end of season review, how things have changed compared to where I was sitting about halfway through. I am expecting Tact op.destiny to hopefully get a bit more bumpy. We've had a few possible villains, possible bad guys. I think it's a mystery that's hopefully going to get even more interesting, and I'm very happy that I picked it up. I'm really thoroughly enjoying it. In 2nd position, let's go for season 2 of 86 because of episode 5. I loved episode 5. Episode 5 is probably the reason why 86 is sat in 2nd place for me. I think I'm actually enjoying the 2nd season of 86 better than 1st season. I'm loving it. I'm loving the pacing. The pacing feels a little bit more paced. We've got a bit more going on, a lot more happening. Obviously, we're on a flip side. I'm not going to try and spoil too much if you haven't had a chance to catch up on season 2. It's visually stunning, it's paced, it's exciting. The soundtrack, of course, is just fantastic. A bit of Hiroyuki Sawano on my list somewhere. I'm loving the soundtrack. Kind of sad that we didn't use him as an OP or ED, or he would definitely be on the list. I'm not 100% fond of the ones that we've got, but 86 did take the 2nd place on my OPs. Congratulations, 86 there. I'm loving it. I can't wait to see how it's all gonna meet in the middle. How are we gonna defeat this big obstacle? This obstacle's just getting bigger and bigger, and with episode 5 things really just took a very sharp turn for the worst. I'm very excited to see how we're gonna overcome it. The story starts from a place where it feels impossible to have a happy outcome, and that was one of my big comments with season 1. It's a story that starts somewhere so bad, somewhere so hopeless, that you can't physically see how it's going to end other than everybody dying. Season 2 has expanded the story. It's definitely starting to make things even more interesting. I can't wait to see the eventual outcome and how things actually end. I really am hoping that we do get a good ending, because there's a lot of characters in this anime in particular who just deserve a happy ending. They deserve a cuddle, most of them. 86 is 2nd on my list. And in 1st place, for now, this is the halfway point, Ranking of Kings. I'm sorry, it has to go to Ranking of Kings. I cried. I cried at the end of episode 1. I wasn't expecting to cry. Most of you know that I love Wit Studios, so I put Ranking of Kings on my list because I never miss out on a Wit Studio release. I've watched everything pretty much that they've done, especially recently. That studio has been on fire. I was like, okay, I will give Ranking of Kings a chance. I was a little bit sad when I saw the preview material in a very odd style for Wit. It's very Ghibli-esque. If you are a Ghibli fan, you will really appreciate this one. But even if you're not a Ghibli fan, you need to watch this one for the deep story. We are dealing with a mute deaf boy who struggles his way around trying to prove that he is capable of doing something. I would also really be curious if anybody who speaks sign language can let me know, are we actually seeing sign language? Because it really seems like the characters who interact with Boji are using sign language. Very similar in the same vein as well as silent voice, being bullied by everyone around you. Boji is looked down upon, but he is a prince. He's also the true king who ends up being overlooked. Nobody expects the deaf mute boy to be a very good king. He is sadly overlooked because of this. A very dark story with these assassin shadows. That episode 2 was brutal. Just seeing the backstory of those guys, very, very brutal. It's a very dark story from what it looks. It's deceptive. I wouldn't be surprised if people have gone into it expecting a kid's story, even letting kids see it, and then suddenly you've got the full-on murder of an entire clan. Recommend you watch this anime. Ranking of Kings as well, if you're not sure, has actually got 24 episodes. We're in it for the long haul with this one. They've given us a full-length story with a lot of potential to grow. There are some insane fight scenes. The fight scenes are great. They are active. I'll put a few of them up here so you can see some of the more action-based segments of this anime in particular. There are only 4 episodes right now. I'm excited to see 5 drop this week as well. It's a great story. You will find yourself attached, crying, at least caring for these characters, despite how it looks. And I think that is the main message as well, is appearances can be deceiving. Something may appear not non-threatening. You can't really expect a great deal. But Boji is really going to have you on it as he starts to show that he's actually not somebody to be messed with. He's somebody with a big heart. Boji deserves to be protected. That smile deserves to be protected. I cannot wait to see where this anime goes, and I'm also very excited to see how things are going to change and where we're going to end up at my full season review of Fall. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys don't hate me too much for my decisions. Hopefully some of you as well do actually agree with my choices and think I've made some good decisions here. I hope you as well are having a fantastic Fall, and Fall is really gifting us with a lot of fantastic, interesting stories coming our way. We're in preparation for the giants that are landing in winter. We can say that the winter is going to be Titan. It's going to be a titan of a season, and I'm excited for winter. Fall itself is really giving us some heartfelt stories that we can really get behind. I'm loving the animation quality this season as well. There's a lot of really beautiful, stunning looking animes out there, and I really can't wait to see what my final top 3 anime of Fall season are going to end up at. Expecting a lot of shuffling in the top 3. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you are looking after yourselves. I will see you guys again very shortly. Have a good day, guys. Bye bye.